Hello guys, this is Zuma, and welcome back to Sons of the Forest. So this is the second update, patch 02, and it's kind of a strange update. A couple of new things have been added, but mainly things have been moved around and some things have been changed. So let's get into it. Let's start with something new, and it is the Turtle Shell Rain Collector. It takes 16 sticks and 1 turtle shell, but when you go to build it, it actually takes 12 sticks and 1 turtle shell. So that's a bit strange in itself. But why have they just released this just now? Shouldn't this have been released at the start? I almost think they removed it from the initial release just so they could give it to us in an update. What do you guys think? It's kind of like the log sled, right? Why wasn't it included from the start? So as it's raining, I thought we could do a little test. One of the rain collectors is under shelter and one of them is out in the open. So obviously the one in the open is collecting water. Although all the blood and stuff hasn't been washed away, we still have to drink out of that thing with it all in there. But the one underneath the shelter is still collecting water. So unless this is a unique shelter, it looks like you can have your water collector in your base and you will still collect water over time. So you probably saw some dead bodies at the start of the video. We have dead cultists. So these guys have been added all around the map and in some caves. If you want to get here, it is just in the corner of this lake. There is a cave here as well that we'll talk about in a second. They're wearing a white gown with an emblem on there saying Sons of the Stars. Now this is one of 2 locations I know that has a story pickup. The first one is a book called The Realm Beyond by Derek Seaside. Have you lost all hope and happiness? So if you have, I guess you can read the back of that. Now, the second story pickup that I know about is right in the field next to my base. I woke up one morning, went for a stroll, and found these guys dead in the middle of a field. So as I was searching around trying to find their Kool-Aid, maybe share some with Kelvin, I found a leaflet that says you will find meaning in life again. Looks like all these people was invited to 5 free events. You can read them all there if you want to pause the video. But this is only 2 story pickups that I know about. There's probably more dotted around the map. So if you do know more, then leave them in the comments or join my Discord and leave them in the Sons of the Forest channel. So the Cultists is not the only reason why we're here. They have added a new cave system. Now, I haven't done this cave yet in my playthrough. I will be going through this live on stream. So a bit of a spoiler warning here. Not only have they added a new cave system, but the gold armor has now been added to this new cave system as well. So reading these updates is a little bit of a spoiler warning. I had no idea there were gold armor in the game, but now I do, and now I know where to get it. So this is something I was doing in my playthrough anyway, but it's nice that they've added it here. Container items will now save their state in single player. So if they are opened or broken, they stay that way. So in my single player, when I loot a container, I don't go back and loot that, even when it respawns when I load up the game. I think this should be a toggle option. You can either toggle that the loot respawns or it doesn't, just to give people the option. Okay, they've just released a hotfix. Reverted changed to storage saving. They will now function as before. We will re-implement this fix once we have a better solution for replenishing items. So I don't know if there's any backlash or anything like that to making the containers not respawn loot. But I guess what I said before, if they made it a toggle on-off option, whether the containers respawn loot or not, and they're not replenishing loot, don't we have skin pouches that give so much loot? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it should be a toggle on-off option? Would you prefer the loot to respawn or not? Let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to know. So finally, they have fixed the GPS locators not being cleared after being picked up and loaded from a save. I gotta admit, this got me the first time I picked up a GPS locator and I didn't think I got it. I went all the way back to pick it up, not realizing it was a bug. But now it's fixed and I tested it. I loaded the game back up and yeah, the GPS locator wasn't there anymore. A new double-story Cannibal Hut has been added. It looks like it's made out of mutant skin. The one at this part of the map was empty. I don't know if there's any story pickups in any of these. But when I'm up here, they don't bother with me at all. I've not seen one cannibal attempt to climb to the top of this thing. I don't know if the game has just give you a safe space that you can chill out in. I don't know. So it says here, added unique hit reacts to dining hall bosses and replaced their knockdown from shotgun with small staggers. So yeah, although Edward and Barbara Puffton, they cannot be knocked down now with a shotgun, they are still very easy to kill with a shotgun. And if anything, I feel like they're a little bit slower now. I don't know, I felt like there was a little bit more of a threat before. He kind of just walks around like a zombie. So although they can't be knocked down, they do seem a little bit easier. But then even with the 50% nerf the shotgun had last time, it is still insane. So this is probably one of the greatest game mechanics I have ever seen. And it has one line in the patch notes. Removed instant season switch logic from sleeping. Now I'll never forget the first time I woke up to a season change. Fast forward time. How long was I asleep for? Wait, what year is it? Yes, so the transition between seasons was pretty quick. But check this out. Yesterday was in full-blown winter. Today I woke up and look what is happening. I am seeing the snow melting in real time. And I think it's going out in a circle from where I woke up. When I showed this on stream, we all were just mesmerized. I have never seen this before. How cool is that? So I guess this is another thing of reading the patch notes where you can spoil it for yourself. But there is a new demon boss added to the end of Hell Caves. Now, I've not completed the game yet. I don't know what kind of state it was in, but I guess if they're adding new bosses and things like that, the end game isn't quite what they envisioned, so I'm going to wait. But if you've already completed the game, then definitely give it another try. Alright, so it's time for a quick fire round, just going through some of the mini updates. Furniture or zip lines can no longer be attached to doors and gates. They've increased the burn time on campfires, and firewood now crumbles when its fuel is used up, and then can be replaced with new firewood. They've also increased the fire fuel amount provided by leaves and cash by ×10. So they've increased fullness from eating MRE packs and decreased fullness from eating cat food. So cat food used to be the best way to get fullness. It used to give you 3/4 of fullness and it give you 1/4 or thereabouts. So we're back to full hunger, and eating an MRE pack gives you 3/4 fullness again. So it's replaced the cat food. So this is probably the best food in the game. So quickly, some other things that's worth noting is planting seeds in gardens will no longer consume 2 seeds at a time. Fix multiple cases of enemies able to spawn inside player-built bases. This is funny. Turtle eggs will no longer hatch on shelves or in player's grab bag. What the? Fix Kelvin being able to burn to death from fires. I don't know what he's doing here. Player no longer takes survival stat damage while strung up on effigies. That's interesting. So it used to zap your strength, maybe? They've reduced chainsaw full charge duration. They have removed the shotgun pickup from Bunker Luxury. And they've removed the keypad entrance to Bunker Luxury. We'll now need to open it an alternate way. So that is the second update, guys, patch 02. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments. And do check out my single player playthrough. Link is in the top of the description. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.